I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not going to call them. All this, mom, dad, I'm going to look you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down. But I'm not going to take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my word, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay?
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
So I believe that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not going to do it. If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting. But we'll never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm going to be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
Come on in and hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. This is Shawn Hurt, School Turnaround Specialist, with your Saturday morning podcast. And I cannot wait. I'm on fire. I am pumped up for this episode. So give me about 3 minutes as I get all of my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter fans on. Make sure you hit that share button. We are going to have another impactful, powerful episode. I cannot wait. I am excited. Yes. And it's really nice outside here in Michigan. The weather's looking good. So, hey, I am pumped up. I'm ready to go. So give me 2 minutes and make sure you hit that share button. I need pencil, paper out. We are going to rock and roll on this morning. I have so much to share, so much to talk about. If you are a principal, superintendent, educator, teacher, parapro, secretary, whoever you are, make sure you tune in on this one. Make sure you tune in on this episode on this morning. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I'm all situated. Yep. Come on in. Just give me 1 second. Yes. I got this new little platform I'm using out. So working out a few kinks. Yep, working out a few kinks. But I want you to hit that share and let's go. Come on in. Yes. Let me yes. Working out a few kinks. Yes, this is a beautiful day. I'm telling you, we got so much to talk about, so much to discuss. We got so much to discuss. Yep. 30 more seconds, everybody. 30 more seconds. Leave me. Do not leave me. 30 more seconds. As we come on in. 30 more seconds. I want to make sure my volume is good and I want to make sure my volume is good and everything is in place before we hit the ground running. All right. I think I'm about set. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's jumpstart this. Once again, good morning. My name is Shawn Hurt, School Turnaround Principal, and I am here with my Saturday morning podcast. We call ourselves the Fantastic Four, and then we just have a good time to share it. We're sharing information. We want people to all over the world to know about the work that we are doing, about the work that we are doing. So I want to say good morning to everyone. I see my friends. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Mrs. Truesdale. Good morning, Dr. Houston. Good morning, Mr. Gian. Good morning, Tammy Taylor. Good morning, Melissa Chuno. Good morning, Rashard Davis. Good morning, Principal Kafele. Good morning, Miss Simpson Locker. Good morning. Oh, from Boston. Okay. Good morning. We're purposeful. Good morning, Roz Gaskins. Good morning. Come on in, hit that share button. And this morning, I will be discussing your first office as a principal should be the classroom. And I know I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face, but it is time. It is time again for us to really understand the importance of the first office as a principal, the first thing should be the classroom. Remember, before you were a principal, you were a classroom teacher. You were a classroom teacher. And I'm going to show you some research that's going to just blow your mind on how impactful if you make your office, if you make your first office the classroom, how it will benefit all of the stakeholders at your school. So this is something I'm passionate about, because I know that as we are getting new principals into these seats, we're getting APs being promoted to principals that's there, and things of that nature. How do I impact my school? What do I do that I can impact my school and to make sure that my teachers are being supported, my students are learning, I am spending my 9 to 10 hours per day that I'm here at the school effectively, and I'm not being burnt out at the end of the day. That's why I am here to give you that information. Okay. So this is what I need you to do. Hit that emoji. Let's go ahead. Show me some love. Get a pencil and paper out, and let's rock and roll. All right. So, the first question I always ask before I get into my information is that what keeps you up at night as an educator? What keeps that individual up at night as an educator? Now, as you think about that, let's put it in the chat. Now, for the last month, these are the two things that's been keeping me up. This is Shawn keeping me up at night as an educator. The first thing is that state testing has begun for schools all around the world. Once again, I'm going to say that again. State testing has begun for schools all around the world. A couple of days ago, my son, Caleb, he's in the 9th grade, and he said, Dad, we took the PSAT. I think it was Tuesday. We did reading on Tuesday, and we have math on Wednesday. So at the high school level, PSAT, SAT, ACT has begun. Also at the middle school level, we have your state test. I'm in Michigan, so I know that the M-STEP has begun. I do some work in Georgia. I know the Georgia milestone has begun. So now we have state testing that has started now. So at the end of the day, our schools will be judged by how well our students do on the state test. So I'm prayerfully and hopefully I know that my principals, my leaders are putting things in place to make sure that those kids are learning. Once again, I've been saying this. 25% of the kid scoring high on his or her test is based on motivation. 25% is based on motivation. How motivated are the kids when they go in and take the test? For a person, if you're motivated, if you're geeked up, if you're hyped up, hey, you're gonna perform better than the next person. The other 10%, follow me very closely, is the testing environment. How is your testing environment? Do you have the right lights? Is the air condition conducive? Is the heat on? Is it quiet in the hallway? Do you have certain things that's going to keep the kids up, like water? I would give my kids water, mints, just little things like that. When it's time for the math part, do they have paper and a scrap sheet and a pencil to be able to do the work on? These are the things. So now you're saying, Hurt, really? So you're saying 35% of a kid scoring the best job that they can on a state test is focused on motivation and testing environment. And I'm saying that's what the research is saying. That's what the research is saying. The other thing that's keeping me up at night is I want to make sure I use my time wisely is National Blue Ribbon School status. And Principal Kafele, he talked about it a couple months ago, and it's been in my heart. We need more schools, more inner city and rural schools to be National Blue Ribbon schools. I've been doing my research. I looked at the schools last year. I think it was 353 schools last year all over the United States. That was National Blue Ribbon School. Each state has a certain amount. I'm doing my research on that. I'm like, okay, this is not hard to accomplish, but when you know better, you do better. So if you don't know the rubric, if you don't know what your state is saying about being a National Blue Ribbon school, how will you accomplish that? So those are the things that's keeping me up at night. Put it in the chat. Let me know what's keeping you up at night. What is, as an educator, we're all educators, what's keeping you up at night? Next thing is that this past week, I had a phenomenal week. I am telling you, I was able to do a professional development with a principal out of Alabama named Nancy Edwards. She's doing some phenomenal things at her school. And I asked her, I said, what do you want to accomplish for this partnership? She said, Hurt, in 2 years, I want to become a National Blue Ribbon school. Not a problem. We are moving toward that. So big ups to Principal Nancy Edwards. It is her birthday also on today. So happy birthday to you. And let's keep it going. You will be a National Blue Ribbon school. The other thing is that, and I have to give this testimony, I was able to work with a principal virtual. This was virtual, a principal in Dubai. Her name was Amber Nicole Vance. So thank you for allowing me virtually to work with you. Virtually, you're a principal in Dubai. We did 2 separate sessions, and this is what she said. Let me just read a little bit about it. This was, and I'll put it up there, but this is what she says. It's gonna be real quick. I have just completed 2 amazing sessions with Mr. Shawn Hurt to develop my understanding of reading map tests from a leadership perspective. The best thing about these sessions were that he taught me in a manner that is clear and precise, not overly complicated, and I am more confident with understanding map data. So this is what she said. I put it up there. So I just had to read this because, like I said, I'm not only doing work in the United States, but also internationally. Dubai principals are on the podcast and reaching out to me. So I'm just excited. I put in a post, a little young man from Detroit, Michigan. Who would have thought that I would be doing this work? If you would ask any of my teachers, any of my classmates, anybody that grew up with me, they will tell you, Hurt, we didn't think that you were going to be going down this road. We thought you were going to be doing something else. I aspired like any other young man. I wanted to play professional baseball or basketball. That's what I dreamed about. That's what I practiced on. That's what I was able to get a scholarship in college on to play basketball. And this education thing just took over. So I'm just grateful just to be able to be a blessing to educators. And this is why I do the work that I do. This is why I do the work that I do, to be able to bless educators all around the world, to be able just to, hey, I'm just here to help out. I'm just here to be a vessel and bless whoever wants that blessing from me. So I'm just happy. Thank you, Miss Amber Nicole Vance, for that beautiful testimony. And I will be doing more work in Dubai. I cannot wait. All right. So the last thing before we jump in is that make sure you check out my YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page and also my other social media platforms. This morning, I put 2, and I'm gonna call it fire. It is going wild as we speak. People are commenting. 2 posts on my social media platform. One post was the 4 things great principals don't do. 4 things great principals don't do. You got to check it out. I'm gonna talk about it next week, but check it out. Check out my commentary. Listen, you got to read it. You're gonna be like, Hurt. Yes. So make sure you check that. And then also I put another post up, high impactful teaching strategy. So you say, I'm a teacher, Hurt. I need some high impactful teaching strategies. I think I put about 15 of those things up this morning with some commentary with it. So those things are going crazy. They're going wild. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out. All right. So, all right. So let's go and get started. Hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. Give me about 10 seconds as I get situated. And we're about to rock and roll. All right. All right. All right. Let me all right. Good. So now we're going to jump in it, and I want to make sure my volume is good. Make sure everybody is here. All right. Make sure that volume is good. All right. So now we're going to talk about your first office as a principal. If you even aspire to be a principal, you are a principal now. I'm a superintendent. How do I give tools to my principal? Your first office, the first office, not the office that they give to you with the keys and the phone and no. Your first office should be the classroom. So you ask the question, why is that? Okay. So first, I want to show you something that I did some research, and I want to look at it, and we're going to have some conversation regarding this. So everybody stay with me. Okay, let's go right here. All right. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I want everybody to look at this. Please look at this, and I'm going to go slow. All right. We'll make sure everybody sees this. All right. I think I'm good. Yep. Make sure screen is shared. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that we're good with it. All right, good. I think everybody sees it. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. It says principal skills and behavior to improve student outcomes. Can everybody see this? Everybody is good with it? Good. So I want everybody to just kind of look at this. Please look at this, everybody. Why it says principal skills and behavior to improve school outcome. So when the principal first office is the classroom, this is what takes place. Look at it. It says engaging in instructional focused interaction with teachers. Look, this is what principals, when you are in the classroom, these are the areas. These are the areas that you're doing. You're building a productive climate. Come on, hit that share button. Let me know what you think about it. Look, this is research. Facilitating, collaborating, and professional learning communities, managing personal and resources strategically. This is also people, human development and relationship skills, instruction, and organization. So I'm gonna stay on there for about another 30 seconds. I want you to put into the chat. Does this relate to you as a principal? Is this making sense? These are the outcomes that we get. All right. Let me stop sharing right there. Let me go back. All right. So when you look at that and you see how it impacts your overall school, that's why I've been saying for the last 9 to 10 years, when I started to do this research, when I started to look at it, the importance of the principal first office has to be the classroom. This is non-negotiable. So those are the things that it impacts. We see it, we understand it. So why are we not spending more time in the classroom? I was in New York a couple of weeks ago, spoke to about 15 to 20 principals inside of that session, and I said that when I became an effective principal, Shawn Hurt, when I became an effective principal, 65% or more of my time was spent in the classroom, not just looking at teachers, not just evaluating teachers, but I am in the classroom observing how teaching is taking place. I'm in the hallways with the kids, engaging with them, understanding what's taking place. I'm doing lunch duty. I'm doing all of those things. And then I even had a schedule for myself from 7:30 when I got there to 5 o'clock when I left, regarding where I was going to be at every 30 minutes, 1 hour. And I know the superintendent was calling, and I would tell my superintendent, I would make sure I go to all my superintendent meetings and all those type of things. But if my boss not make me go over to that meeting, I was in those classrooms. And then from there, I had a mobile, I'm gonna say this again, a mobile office. So the mobile office, I had my phone, the keys, the radio, my computer. It was a mobile office. So I would go ahead and move that thing up and down the hallway. And then I would leave in the hallway, go into the classroom. And I didn't spend all that. Listen, it got to the point where when I went into the classroom, after about 2 or 3 minutes, especially math, because math was my background, I was able to support the teacher in whatever lesson that they were doing. So when they started to break off in small groups, I'm able to support a group. I'm able to make sure that that group is moving in the right direction. So that is one of the things that you will get by going into the classroom. So now let me kind of just give you about seven things that it's going to impact. All right. So the first one I talked about, it is impacting. It is going to impact instruction. You spend time in the classroom, ladies and gentlemen, the level of instruction will increase dramatically. The level of instruction will increase dramatically. You will not be looked upon as a principal, but you will be looked upon as the instructional leader. How can teachers, your AD teachers, look at you as an instructional leader when they know that you are just in the office all of the time, dealing with discipline, parents, phone calls, emails, the whole 9 yards? How can you really have that courageous conversation with the teachers when you're not in the classroom? How? The other part is that you can better support the teachers. You can better support the teachers. I'm going to say this again. You can better support the teachers. You can support the teachers. Well, how do you support the teachers? Well, if I'm in a classroom, I am observing, I am looking, I am seeing what my teachers need. So now when we have our PLC meetings, our data meetings, our staff meetings, the meetings that we have throughout the week, now I can be able to support them with those high leverage conversations. I will be able to understand what they need. I can be able to do my school improvement plan, my kit plan. This is in Michigan, my kit plan. All of these plans that I'm doing, I can effectively do them because I have Miss Smith, my 8th grade teacher, in mind. I have my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Brown, in mind. I have my teachers in mind when I am writing my plans. And in addition to that, listen to me very closely, when I am going over my budget. Well, I'm gonna say this. This is something that we don't talk about. How can I say this? As a principal, you must work with your finance person, your assistant superintendent over the budget for the upcoming school year. The 2024-2025 budget is upon us. You're a Title I school. These things, you got to have input on what you're going to put in for your budget to support the teachers. But if I'm not in the classroom, I'm just going to co-sign whatever they send me. No, we don't need that reading program now. That's not what we need. We don't need that math program now. We need to take that $15,000 to $20,000. We need better manipulatives. We might need some additional computers. We might need some after-school tutoring. But if I'm in a classroom and I'm understanding what my teachers and students need, then now I can better prepare this budget. Oh man, listen, I don't know why I'm on this budget, but I'm gonna stay there for about 2 minutes. You guys are given some budget items are just in place, but then you have Title I, Title II, 31A, ESSER 3. So now we got these budget items. Okay. In these 4 or 5 budget items, you have close to $400,000, $500,000 that you have to spend for the upcoming school year. A lot of times we just spend money and we waste it. Why are we wasting $500,000? Mr. Craxton said, my good friend, Mr. Craxton, Mark Craxton in the house, I see you. He's saying this. Why are we wasting $500,000? The reason why we're wasting $500,000, Brother Craxton, is because I'm not spending time in the classroom. So I really don't know what my teachers need. So when it's time to look at the budget, they say, all right, you got 2 weeks to do the budget. And we just start just ordering stuff that we don't need. And then when it comes in, it ends up sitting in the corner in one of those empty classrooms collecting dust. How do you know, Mr. Hurt? Because I do work all around the world and I see it. But if I'm in a classroom, that $500,000 will that I spend because I'm getting it, Title I, Title II, will have a direct impact on student achievement, and we will be using it because I know that Miss Smith, Mr. Brown, Mr. Green, Mrs. Thompson needs it in the classroom. Yes, yes. I'm Mrs. Blanford. Yes, this is true. Yes. That's why I'm talking about it. I am talking about hit that share button. Let me know, put in the comments. Let me know if this is making sense. Why should my first office be the class? I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you perfect examples. Next one is that how can Shawn Hurt, how can Dr. Houston, how can Dr. Taylor, how can Principal Kafela, all of these, how can we, if we are in the classroom, we are going to be able to support and advocate. Now, I'm going to say this again, support and advocate. You can support, but are you advocating? You can support and advocate students' social and emotional needs. Man, you can support and advocate the students' social and emotional needs by just being in the classroom 65%, by it being your first office. I know what those social and emotional needs of my classroom. Let me break it down even more. You said, break it down. When I am going to the IEP meetings, because I'm the principal, I go to all of the IEP meetings for the kids. I can be in there and I'm not just signing off or nothing. I am actually being active, talking to the IEP team, to the child study team on the needs of Raheem that's in the meeting with the parents. I am actively supporting the social and emotional needs of the IEP meeting. I am leading it because I'm in the classroom and I am seeing that. Now you say, how in the world are you going to be in a classroom? You got 900 kids and blah, blah, blah. All right, that's cool. Not only me being in the classroom, but my 2 APs are jumping in the classroom. So now when we go to the IEP meetings or IEP meetings is taking place, me and or my APs, we are actively supporting that child and that parent. Man, I know I'm talking good about that. We talking about the social and emotional needs. And then on top of that, or I am feeling good this morning, then we are also going to support the social and emotional needs of the teachers as well. I will be able to know when to push them, when not to push them, how they feeling, when to have those conversations. How can I know the social and emotional needs of my teachers when I'm not in there? How would I know when Raheem is pushing that teacher's button and I got to take Raheem out and give him a walk or do something with that because Raheem came in on 10? Supporting the social and emotional needs of the students and teachers when you just get your stuff and just be in the classroom, you sit down there. You don't got to take notes and all that. You just sit down there and you're watching, you're hearing, and you're smelling to see how that instruction is taking place. Oh, I love it. I love it. Stay with me. Stay with me. I got 4 more minutes. Stay with me. Let me know if this is sounding good. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Let's go ahead. Yes, yes, yes. The next one is this, and I talked about it. When you have to do it now, come on now, you have to do it. When I'm in the classroom, it transforms you from a principal to an instructional leader. It transforms you. It transforms you from that principal to an instructor. It's two different things. Principals, I was a principal the first 4 years in the office, taking phone calls, dealing with parents, discipline come down, I'm gonna deal with that, shoot emails out, attend meetings. Might go in the hallway every now and then, but I was a principal. I managed the school. Then from year 5 to year 15, now we're talking about 10 years, I became an instructional leader. I say I'm not effective in my office, just chilling. No, I'm gonna get up. That stuff is gonna be there. I mapped out a schedule where I can still call parents on time, make sure I made all my meetings. But then my schedule was to the point where I became an instructional leader because I was able to spend 65% of my time inside of that classroom. And then from there, when I became an instructional leader, ladies and gentlemen, my discipline, the referrals started to go down. I had the data to prove it. Teachers started to feel much better because they felt they were getting supported. Not I didn't support them before, but now support went up. And then our student achievement shot through the roof. Student achievement shot through the roof. Impact, once again, student achievement. The kids' behavior started to get better, less referrals. And then from there, I was changed from a principal to an instructional leader. That's a win-win for everybody. That's a win-win for everybody. Just by me doing that. The first office as a principal should be the classroom. And the last thing before I leave is that I had a pulse of the school. I knew exactly what everything was taking place. The times of the day that my bathrooms, that they was messing up in the bathrooms. That was big for me. Lunchroom, I knew exactly what was going on with my K through 8th grade school, over 600 students plus. I had a pulse of the school. You will not have a pulse of the school if you are in a principalship. I don't care what you learn in college. I don't care what you've seen in the last 35 years, 40 years. That is not how you run a school sitting in your office. Get out that office, 65% in the classroom, the hallway, and you'll move to school. So, oh man, time flies. So I'm gonna stop right there. First, I want you to make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page. If this is some good information, hey, share it with other staff members. Share it with other staff members. Also, give me those emojis. Give me those likes. Hey, listen, I'm here to bless you. If you would like for me to help support your school, please let me know. I would love to come here and support your school. You know the work I do. So I want to thank you very much for another powerful Saturday. Make sure you tune in to Create and Educate with Tammy Taylor and Dr. Houston. Make sure from there you go support my good friend Principal Kafele at 11. Let's have a blessed week. Let's knock it out the box. Make sure those test scores are on point, and make sure you spend 65% of your time in the classroom. And if no one have told you this week, if no one have told you this, listen to me before I leave. I love you. I thank you for all of your support. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. May God bless you.